When you think of the greatest second baseman, names like Joe Morgan or Ryne Sandberg probably come to mind. They were defensive wizards, artists of the double play, and solid hitters who defined the position. But what if the most dominant offensive player to ever play second base was none of those things? What if he played the position with the unapologetic fury of a cleanup hitter, shattering every expectation? This is the story of Jeff Kent. His career was a whirlwind of blockbuster trades, MVP trophies, and shattered records. But despite a resume that seems to scream Hall of Famer, his journey has been anything but simple. This is the undeniable case for Jeff Kent, one of the most misunderstood and dominant forces in modern baseball history. Jeff Kent's story doesn't start with a blaze of glory. Drafted in the 20th round by the Blue Jays, he was a solid but expendable prospect. In 1992, with Toronto chasing a championship, Kent was shipped to the New York Mets for pitcher David Cone. The move worked out for the Blue Jays. They won the World Series. For Kent, it was just the start of a winding road. In New York, he showed flashes of his famous power, hitting 21 homers in his first full season. But he was also earning a reputation for being prickly and intense. He didn't fit the mold. By mid-1996, the Mets wanted to acquire Cleveland's all-star second baseman Carlos Baerga. Just like that, Kent was on the move again. The trade was seen as a huge win for the Mets, but it backfired completely. Baerga's career fizzled in New York, while Kent was about to find the perfect stage for his unique talents. After only a few months in Cleveland, another blockbuster trade would change his career and the fortunes of an entire franchise forever. Heading into the 1997 season, the San Francisco Giants were coming off a last-place finish. New GM Brian Sabean knew he needed to make a bold move, so he traded fan-favorite slugger Matt Williams to Cleveland. The centerpiece of the return package? A 29-year-old oft-traded second baseman named Jeff Kent. The Bay Area media was furious, skewering Sabean for trading a star for a supposed journeyman. The backlash was so intense that Sabean famously had to declare, "I am not an idiot." He wasn't. It turned out to be one of the greatest trades in franchise history. Before San Francisco, Kent was a decent player. In San Francisco, often hitting behind the most feared hitter on the planet, Barry Bonds, he became a monster. In his first year with the Giants, he hit 29 homers and drove in 121 runs. The next year, it was 31 homers and 128 RBI. He wasn't just a good hitter for a second baseman. He was one of the best run producers in all of baseball. This was his rule-breaking genius. Second basemen were supposed to be defense first. Kent was a middle-of-the-order force who happened to play second. Then came the year 2000. It was the pinnacle of his career. Kent hit a blistering .334 with 33 home runs and 125 RBIs and was voted the National League MVP, an incredible achievement for any player, let alone one sharing a lineup with Bonds. Even after leaving San Francisco following the 2002 World Series, Kent's assault on the record books wasn't over. He signed with the Houston Astros, driving in 200 runs over 2 seasons. Then he moved to his hometown Los Angeles Dodgers, where at age 37 he blasted 29 homers. His 377 career home runs are the most all-time for a second baseman, and it's not even close. His 1,518 RBIs are more than undisputed Hall of Famers like Mickey Mantle. He finished his career with 8 seasons of 100 or more RBIs, a feat no other second baseman in history has matched. The case for Jeff Kent was never about being the flashiest fielder or the most beloved teammate. It has always been about one thing: pure, unadulterated, and historic production at the plate. Despite a Hall of Fame caliber resume, Kent's path to Cooperstown has been blocked. For 10 years, he appeared on the baseball writers' ballot, and for 10 years, the voters said no. The arguments against him were always the same. He wasn't a Gold Glove defender, his prickly personality rubbed people the wrong way, and some voters held the fact that he hit behind Barry Bonds against him. But he overcame that and was inducted in 2026. Jeff Kent was never the second baseman that traditionalists wanted. He was intense, and he valued driving in a run far more than turning a pretty double play. He didn't fit the mold, so he broke it, forging a career that stands alone. He is the all-time home run king at his position, and one of the greatest run-producing middle infielders the game has ever seen. His offensive numbers place him among the legends. Now I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe, like and share this video, and click on the notification bell. And don't forget to click on the playlist above to watch more MLB Hall of Famers of his era. Thanks for watching.